Welcome, guys. Freaking Wednesday, Q4. What an amazing time to be alive. Especially when Bitcoin is aiming to do a new higher high. Government is shutting down for a holiday break or whatever they're gonna do. So awesome. Awesome. Love it. Fun. So let's go and have a look on some things that I'm gonna mention. First thing first, I was mentioning that I was been quite vocal about it. I'm gonna build up a Bitcoin short position for the bear market. Start to build it up around this the all-time high area. If we start to reach that, things quite look like it might happen. For me, already the long and short ratio on the trader side, the whales or how you want to call them, eventually they start already a little bit more flipping to the shorting heavier a little bit more instead of staying in the long positions for a while. So if this is correct, and I will need to have like a week or something to correct that. If this is correct, I will build out that position a little bit more bigger even and heavier. So far, it's aiming that it looks like they might still hold on the short position because every single time frame, it's kind of aiming for that. I seriously do not care anymore or so far on the retail side because that one is flipping and around the neutral line for like ages already. We didn't even catch them off guard and trap them in a position for opposite side. So I do not care about that. I'm seriously starting to look out a little bit more on the whale side, what they are doing and how they're preparing, and I might build out around that my bias for. So that's the aim that I'm looking at. Please, by all means, it's not that I'm gonna show the shit out of it with higher leverage. I'm gonna build out the position. That means I'm gonna ladder in from the all-time high till we're gonna start to break anything, and then I'm gonna go heavier if I'm gonna see some more confluence on the charts. This is just theory right now. Let's see how high we're gonna get so far. As I've been mentioning, another higher high on the structure is going to be around 117.9. That's as well max pain for the shorts right now. Flipping that high, that's good. So we could have a little bit more on the continuation. And let's see if we're going to settle at a higher low or we're going to continue. Is there's not much on the liquidity above us on the locally. I cannot go on the higher time frame. It's going to show me no data. Or it's gonna work right now or not. I don't know. Oh, it works. Fucking hell. Half hour it didn't work and now it did. So still we have some more to do to go a little bit more higher. That's why I want to see a flipping 117, 5-ish, 9-ish area. And then let's see if we're gonna reach the 1 to 1. There's a reason for it. I'm aiming for it, and the reason is that there is building some bits quite heavily as well. 800. It's been a while we saw that one. So those are the 121-ish area, and that's the bearish retest of the all-time high. So starting off, let's see if we're gonna get higher than that. So far, none. Right. So that's the aim that I'm aiming for. We still have quite a big support below us on the bids, and that's a little bit even below than the Q4 opened. So let's see if we start to retrace, if we're going to start to retest that area, how deep we go. So yeah, below that, not much to say. Still, we have the support from the lows, what we created structure-wise, and there is small in the mid one as well. So this bits over here, aiming that we stay above this structure. Good. Really nice flip could be and bounce to go higher up for it. That's the aim that I look out for it. Moving on the charts, going side. Now, VIX. Freaking love it so far that we stay below 17, but it still gets a little bit more iffy and a little more scared if we start to go again for it and starting to regain our previous high, because so far we stayed below it. Every single time we came back to it, we get pushed to it, and now I want to see break of 15.2. That break is gonna take you a little bit more lower and aiming for 14.6 and start to break that. If not, and I'm as well on the side on what Viking is saying, we start to look out to do something like this, and that's a little bit more not go for me. So really, I want to see some breakage and do some damage to the downside if we start to go higher up. If not, then that's it, and try to reverse. So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, Wheels. I will talk about it again on my stream, like I do every single time. And people start to finally realizing it because Viking had been mentioning. Yes, Wheels, I will. Fucking pain in the ass here. So, metric wise, really nice step of the buyers. So, really good. Still fighting against the sellers. So, let's see how we're gonna flip that. Already, we're forming really a lot of volume on the liquidity, but holding that and aiming for go a little bit more higher. It is. And we still have a little bit more leverage to take out 100x left. And that might and hopefully will create a new higher high from this high. But I'm aiming for then you're gonna see some more continuation in the move. If not, we're gonna do some sideways, or we finally gonna break to the downside. Let's see. We are quite overheated, that's for sure, metric wise, but we still can continue, right? We still can take out this pocket, or we're gonna leave it like we did it over here, and we're gonna just bounce in the higher leverage area. All possible. So far, large caps taking over shitcoins as well. That's always if any one of those two are moving, shitcoins are going with them. Alts are a little bit more on the side and waiting. This is still a Bitcoin move driven only. That's said as well on the dominance side. Um, that as well. Right, we've been moving together with the dominance. But mentioning that as well, we got back into the bearish retest of this structure. Let's see if that's going to hold us down, but to break lower. That's what I'm aiming. We've been kind of expecting this move, technically. Not really regaining the high, but if we did it and we're still holding on the bearish structure, what we facing to, I seriously want that we're going to start to push lower, and then we start to break it to the downside as we getting into the 57-ish area. So that's the aim. If not, then definitely we're gonna reach 60, regain of the previous high, and then another resistance. What we're gonna create, what we're having or facing above us is the 60% area, and if that's gonna happen, we still can do this, right? Freaking structure over here, and then break out from it, like we kind of always try to move to the downside. All possible. Still. So that means if we start to move higher up, could be Bitcoin driven move only, and alts will wait a little bit. Moving on Dixie, really nice failure of the previous high, and the structure of the resistance what we are having over here didn't reach 100, so I'm happy with that. I do not want to see it even if we start to flip it and go higher up, because that 100 might not even hold us. We might higher up. If we start to fail that and starting to come close to 96, then I see some leg down to the downside a little bit. That will be really and fine. Technically, yes, Stu was here. This is the aim that technically play out, but it's I hope it's not gonna do it. And the market, of course, got a nice technically failure of the 105 technically, and regain. So if we start to aim to go higher up, there is some resistance what we're gonna face around that area. But if we start to blast through that, then create another all-time high on it, and still continue in this freaking channel. Right? Gold, not really a big brainer about that. Still doing its thing, and we even really might reach the 4K on that one sooner or later. So nothing to worry about it. Nothing to lost yet. And want to look at it on 1 hour. What do you need to lose? Is technically 3868. That's your first loss, but it doesn't mean we're gonna go all the way down. Still could flip the swing points on it and then regain and then go higher up, like it always does, right? Because it is up movement only. Ages or so. Mentioning that, I will come back as well to if someone is interested in that in Netflix, because there's been a lot of going on about it on X, I guess, on the internet. Especially that Elon Musk was tweeting something about it, but one of my students was asking about it, and I did the TA for him. So I'm gonna mention that as well later on if I'm not gonna talk about it. Anyhow, moving on. I will come back as well to the capital flow index later on, but I just want to cover it quickly for the update. Like I've been saying, from the highs that we've been on 68%, we had a nice dump on the whole market, retracement, sorry. And we've been below the neutral line, like quite heavily. It's been a rally that we see most of the sector that low. So that's significant for me as well, that we're starting to form any kind of low formation on the coins, and we might aim for a bounce from it. We are starting to see that kind of, there are coins that are moving, because same thing happened over here. We've been all of the way over here below the neutral line, and we are starting to moving quite heavily to the upside. And the Dixie is dropping, so we have that crossover already on the market. That's good. That's how I'm looking at it, and that's what I'm aiming as well. When I look at the capital flow index, but there's a little bit more on top of it. So still, hopefully, if we start to flip the neutral line, we're gonna blast a little bit more through it. And look at that, privacy coin is still freaking going for, even from the moment that I've been calling it around 7 August ish area over here. We've been blasting through it, and that's skyrocket quite heavily twice already. We've been quite over the 60 line, and now we are going even for 80, 90 ish area. So continuation it is. I do not see that this gonna break really soon, as low below the neutral line over here. So for me, that's a continuation. That's a really nice one. I had a small part of the coin that I literally small positional trade, but nothing major. I'm not really trusting the privacy tokens that much. But it is a good example how you could use your capital flow index as well. Like over here, what do we see? Meme coins and a little bit more as well. Alts are a little bit more downside from one of my portfolios that I'm using. And then you see Bitcoin, of course, higher up around 48. So that means it's a Bitcoin driven move. That's going first. Then, of course, we have some outliers as ETH try to follow Solana, and Hype will do the second move. I need to change the color Hype. I don't like that the Farcoin is the same, or maybe delete the Farcoin. Anyhow, that's significant that it is a little bit more facing to go higher up. And let's see if we start to regain all of the neutral line and then going to the 69%. That means we're gonna blast a little bit more. Look at that. You had as well nice show how Trio is behaving. Trio went all the way to 21% without memeing about it. It had a quite this on the daily, but then when you look up on the 4 hour, it did a fucking 70% or 100%, 1x move to the upside to grab the liquidity. So yeah, it picked that up as well eventually over here. But that's how significant you look at. If you want to deep dive into it, look up on the NFTs, DEXs, or AI tokens, because they start to move up when you see that they create a new low and you start to go a little bit more higher. So that it signifies as well there is some push or any volume coming from that sectors, right? Then let's move on the biggest meme coin ever. I will come back to the cash flow. I will explain that a little bit more later. But I just want to see some charts right now. First thing first, Q4. All of the Q opens, it was quite positive, right? This one was positive, especially this one was positive. Then you had this one was positive, this one was positive, and now we have the last one. It could do as well. Nice positive move, right? So be aware, keep that as well in mind. Zoom out and check how the previous one behaved, because they are always, also at times in the bull, but especially in the bull market, they are freaking positive. So I seriously like, if we're gonna do now a move of 18%, by all means, all about it. That's gonna be around the 130K. So happy days, right? If that's gonna happen. Let's see. So far, freaking good. So that's on the monthly. Weekly as well, we had a really nice hold of the structure. It wasn't perfect close, but it was a good one still. And now if we start to close anything above August, above the 15, on the weekly side, even it's going to be a bearish and retest the previous structure, I don't care, because then the next weekend when it's going to open or week, we can pull back. We have a creation on the week and then moving on upside movement. So it's still up, right? We didn't lose anything. Be aware and make sure you know that, guys. Daily wise, freaking good. Seriously love it. I was a little bit skeptical about the close yesterday, but still fine. And like I said, the monthly open pushed quite heavily, especially with the Q4. So October is quite nice. We didn't close it above the August. Still fine. I do not care. And right now we are facing to create a new higher high. That means we have the low, highest point, but low, high, higher low, higher high, right? Up it is. Still we're not gonna break September. So all that's on the daily. Not much to say about it. There is still some resistance we are facing in around 119, and the reason that I am aiming for 121, that's this. That's a bearish retest. If we're gonna get that, if not, we're gonna blast through it. We're gonna create all-time high. It's gonna be the third one in on a row, right? Or if you aim like that, or you avoid from this one or whatever. But in this kind of couple months, this is gonna be the third one. Let's see if we're gonna start to go higher up or break any to the downside. That's all for high time frame. 4-hour-ish area, like I've been saying, we will, or we are aiming right now. That was a quite nice 4-hour close as well. So let's see if we're gonna get through this resistance, create a higher high on that one, and then of course, yes, we still potentially can come back all the way down to those lows. Technically, I don't want to see that, right? Don't want to get bears a little bit more hope to break something. Just don't want to see that one. The most what I want to see is coming back into the daily October or Q4, retesting that, or even a little bit more lower to weekly, whatever. That's fine. Both of those ones will be fine, and then be right quite nice to have a continuation move as a small cool off period. I really don't want to get back into the 109 right now, because that shit's gonna take ages. And if we're gonna get there, then I might consider that we're gonna do something like this, like a bigger range, gonna form, and then we're gonna try to something like this, right, and then start to fail it. Could be right on the high time. Let's see. So far, we've been doing the opposite most of the times. Let's see if this time it's gonna be. So yeah, that's why I don't want to get back on those lows. There is some bigger support on it, yeah, correct. But so far on 4-hour, I would like to see coming back into the weekly or even Q4. Cool off your metrics, be really good. If not, then there is the continuation, and I'm aiming for 221 for the first bearish retest, and then see if we're gonna flip, get to the all-time high. Liquidity, I mentioned that as well. There is a little bit more left above us. That's what I'm thinking. We're gonna see some retracement of that one, maybe over pullback. If not, we're gonna blast through it and get into this little bit of dead zone pocket over here, what we are starting to create. So let's see. So far, this is a quite good move up. Really nice hold of the lows, retesting of the structure, and then aiming to go higher up for regaining the previous high. Awesome. And ask for a better structure right now. So yeah, I like that. I seriously like that. Regain of it. Yeah. So what I want to do is on the, I don't know if it's gonna happen this month or next month, whatever. But if Bitcoin's gonna get into the resistance of all-time high again, right? So especially I've been mentioning, I will start to build up some bigger positions over here for a bear market scenario. If that's going to happen, I don't say it's going to happen straight because we're still going up. Be aware with me. I just want to see on the next pullback or from the all-time high if we're going to reach it. So it all depends if you're going to create new all-time high or it's going to be the bearish retest. Bearish retest is going to give me a little bit more sign to it that we might see some weakness into it. If so not, I'm still going to short this area and see how deep we're going to get. Because now it's technically the time of telling if we're going to start to break this area. So the 100 area, right? So that's going to be the first sign. And then we're going to aim for the bigger retracement to 80-ish area or 75-ish area that we didn't bin for ages already. If we start to do those things, technically the first sign is going to be already on 109. So if we start to break 109, we might aim for this area. Still, that's, yes, possible to do another leg up. I'm aware of that one and I will trade that as well. But then aiming for holding this, that's going to give me a little bit more the second confirmation for build up the position. And then hopefully we might get this time the bearish retest of that one. We start to fail it, right? Because last cycle we didn't get it. We all got skipped and blast through our stops and we never look back for it. So let's see if this cycle is going to be a little bit more different. If so, then that's what I'm aiming for. If not, then I will be in the short if that start to blast through everything and go to the downside as quick as it can get, right? By that means I meant this area, right? We didn't have, yes, this was the biggest retest of the previous high, but we created a new all-time high. So technically we should retest that. We didn't. Let's go blast through it twice in a row, 3 times in a row, and then the small range that we created over here, that was the failure in the bear market. So let's see if we're gonna create that same thing. If so, I will anyhow be prepared. So far, still aiming higher. Don't get me wrong. I'm still long the shit out of it. Still trading it. I do not short, and it's been a while. I guess the last shorts that I took was over here somewhere. Yeah. So far I didn't short anything because I don't bother. If there is no reason for it, then I'm not taking it yet. And I don't need to take all of the same time every single day, every single 4 hours. I have as well shit to do. I trade what I like, and this is the way. Swings. If I see any failure of the swings, then I'm taking it. If I see any regain of the swings, like over here, I'm taking it full. By all means, this is the way. And right now, we are almost, really almost away of max pain of the shorts and create a new higher high. Great stuff. So that's on the Bitcoin, I guess. If there is something else, guys, if you want to know, let me know. I'm gonna cover a little bit more on the hype side. Look at that. Don't worry about all of those lines. Nothing major to do. We have a really nice regain. I was skeptical a little bit of this retest of the previous swing. I thought we are gonna go a little bit lower, but it regained it quite nicely and it holding really quite good actually on hype. So right now, not much that's gonna hold us on the daily and especially not on the 4-hour. If we start to go above the 48-ish area and start to close that, we're gonna blast through 55.8, that area. So my TP got really on point to, taken over here. I reload this whole long, what I added from here. I added even more to it, and it got quite heavier right now. This is the aim that I'm aiming right now, 63.8 on hype, just because this is the biggest liquidity pocket that we are aiming above the all-time high so far, and I'm thinking we're gonna get to that. So, and yeah, I'm gonna play the swings as well on that one. So anyhow, we're gonna get into it. So that means another high, right? Maybe a pullback again, and then do it again, again, till we, I don't know, fucking collapse or something sooner or later. So far, I'm swing trading the shit out of it, and this is the aim. So far it's good. I like the regain of that one. Going a little bit more on the low time frame, Like I've been saying, same on Bitcoin and most of the coins what we are doing right now. We kind of setting the trend right now. And if we settle the high over here, we might pull back into the 46 and that's going to be the goal. Not much is going to hold us. There is not much structure built on the downside. So we're going to blast as quick as it gets through it and then see if we're going to regain the high. That's the aim that I'm having right now for hype and the position that I'm in. As I've been saying for quite a long time, buying every single low and it freaking always pays off. And by that means, and I need to rephrase myself, yes, I'm buying every single low. It means that I do not trade it as a normal trade position. I'm just YOLOing, buy the shit out of it if it gets as low as it gets or break the previous low. That's even better because that's a swing failure. And looking by all of those swing failures that you had on a per, not considering this week because this is scam week on the fucking gate, but it's still used to do quite nice roundups, right? So, and yes, this is the NFT shit what they launched, but still, like that's what I've been saying. Buy every single new low or break of that low, whatever. Nothing to scare. We're still holding on this freaking structure over here, and if that keeps doing, that's freaking perfect. Because now what I'm aiming is, look at that, I took like quite nice 25% of that. The rest is running, flipping the 0.21 ish area. Wrong one. I'm aiming to get into this level over here, June Q1 yearly, whatever. That's the level that I want because that's the bearish retest of this whole structure area, and that's what I'm aiming for it. Get close as it gets. If we're gonna get to 0.39, I don't know. I don't care. I have my sell limits over here set, but I'm aiming step by step, and that's structure wise. And this is the first structure or the first next TP that I'm gonna take on it. 25%. And every single low what we're gonna create, I'm gonna reload that. This is kind of play that I'm having. This is just for fun when I'm trading on the side. It's 3x, not even much more. You cannot even go. So there is no even liquidations levels on that one. So there it is. Take it as liquidations level if you play it right. But that's why I said buy every single low and you get nice fun push from it. Plays out 4 times. Let's see if it's gonna play the next. I would like to see that. Now, AVAX. Been quite quiet around the alts, but so far it's still aiming to go higher. And we've been doing this whole structure quite significant, the same over here, right? So now if you start to grind, one more dip and then bounce from it and off you go. Right? Holding the flip side of 27, I fucking love that because we've been aiming to do that for a while. Nice that we build up the support on that one. And now what I'm aiming is another flip is 31, what we kind of regain, but we've been retesting the February level for the first time ever, but we failed from that one. So regaining the 31, that failure, we're gonna bring it to February, regain that structure because that's not gonna be even issue. Been tested already on the wick to the upside. So that's gonna slide through it and we finally start to hold on the year. That's the aim. That's my next level, 38-ish area. That's a nice level because that's the failure, the previous high from the failure, but brought us all of the way to the below the $30 area. So that's what I'm aiming for. And technically, what you're gonna see is something like this, right? On it, and then do another one. Same move that it always did, right? If it's gonna be a bigger one on a smaller one, but it will continue. So far on the oscillators one, we are cooled off quite nicely on it. I like that. We are starting to flip. Yes, it's in negative, but it's always going to be when we flip to negative and the oscillator is going to be quite overcooled. So we're going to do something like this. The cash flow is going to do this. Then we start to flip, pull back, right? And then we move on. So you're always going to see that on the higher time frame. Trade it on the cash flow, then definitely go to 1 hour, 80 minutes, or even 30 minutes on it, whatever. And then you're going to see some nice position size that you can build out from it if it's going to start to load up. Reduce the higher high. Right. Anyhow, See, we are already in a positive cash flow from all this move to the downside. So this was a nice entry. Going back into it, definitely a buy, definitely a continuation, right? Been doing that for ages. Same thing on Injective. A little bit more behind, yes, I know, but I still have really big faith into it. We didn't even get into the biggest support below us. And now aiming to get flip on 12.5. That's freaking awesome. If we're going to do that, we might teleport to the weekly, and we will because there is a fair value gap, so there is not much resistance. The weekly might push us a little bit more down to the 12, back to the 12, and then start to regain the high, that 14 area. That flip, that RSI flip, we need that to go to the biggest RSI flip from the freaking ages ago that we did. And that's over here. That brought us all the way to the downside. Still a lot of to do, but the gains could be really nice on that one. And I will buy every single low on that one as well. So I do not care about shorting anything yet, except Bitcoin in a while. Link, I was saying as well last time on the stream, watch out for it. If that starts to move to the upside and regain some stuff, we might see some quite ballistic moves and do another leg up to the levels that we've been mentioning over here. So watch out for it and see if that's gonna be the precursor as well for the bigger moves on the rest of the market. Most of the times it used to be. If nice thing as well, we have really nice V bottom on that one, technically. So this is really nice. Look at it in higher perspective. There is a fair value gap left to us, so not much to hold us. Now we need to start to flip the September and weekly, especially. Weekly, previous weekly, it's a quite a resistance level because on most of the coins are not only on the all of them, but most of the coins we fell on that one and we've been trading below that. We didn't even retest that. So coming back into it, we might see any pullback, regain, and then go for the previous high on it. So far, really nice up movement. Let's see if we're gonna hold that up, and I'm aiming we're gonna do some all-time high movement on it sooner or later. Because holding on that low, holding on the structure previously on below the December, that's quite strong. Yes, we've been failing it, but so far, if this starts to regain the previous high, so that's the 4.776-ish, we're gonna aim for the resistant all-time high. We might even break out of that. And then the Solana, that was quite nice movement as well. Got that as well quite nicely. We had a small failure, but we're still aiming to go quite close around the 240-ish area. Yes, you can say we're still aiming for the bearish stupefib on that one. That's definitely, but I'm aiming that that's going to be broken, and we're going to aim for 296-ish area. That's the next aim. I don't think Solana is done. I don't think Solana going to have some... Oh, yeah, sure, Eagle. No worries. No worries. I was just scared for a second. There is something wrong. Yeah, no worries, mate. So, yeah, Solana still facing to 295. That's the aim, what I'm aiming for it. And I don't think Solana is done yet. Even there is so much more coming into the market, still it's going strong. And I like this whole up movement with the small liquidity grab to the bottom. No worries, Eagle. It's fine. Have fun, mate. So, yeah, flipping the 140. And that means as well, like right now, we are getting into the resistance area. Yes, that's true. Let's see if we're going to flip the 120-ish. If that's going to be flipped, there's a fair value gap. That's going to teleport you to bearish retest of this whole structure and see if we're going to take it out. Right? We've been doing that for quite a long time as well. Quite often as well. Same thing. Break, low, or lower low. Come back into the small structure resistance. Go back, regain, bearish retest, failure, pull back technically, and then off you go, right? It's same freaking structure. Same whole thing, right? So not much to say of it. It's quite copycated each other. So yeah, that's a quite nice one. And mentioning privacy tokens, guys, this is what I meant. I've been calling this shit over here for the ages, and look at that. It did 38%, and it starts to hold what? This as a support. Awesome. Regaining this high, right? If that's gonna be the aim. What we're gonna go for is to 361. Nice. another 27%. Awesome. So take it as it is, and that's why I'm covering all of this shit as well for ages. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys how to read it and how to set it up. Because the thing is, for me, like Viking saying, yes, the continuation, it is when it breaks out from it, but then there is potential that you're going to miss quite a lot of percentage from the lows that it settled. So that's why I say, look up for the crypto capital flow index. When you start to get below 66%, it doesn't mean, I do not say you should long the shit out everything what is get there. No, look for the tokens who are doing the most volume on that sector, right? Or the biggest volume, top 3, whatever. I will look out for top 3. That's the best one. Take the top 3 on, for example, Dexys NFT or AI, and see if it starts to regain anything. If there is like a potential for a reversal, or we are bottom out. That means you just check your structure wise. What do? We broke anything? Yes. Do we regain anything? Yes. Are we holding it? Yes. Continuation. Done. You don't need to get the bottom, right? You just get one of those lows, and you're still 26% up, right? Keep it, of course, low leverage, whatever, but then look out for those structure holds, breaks, and failures, regains, whatever we've been always talking about, right? That's why I said use that tool for yourself as well. For okay, this is the low. I mean, we still can go lower, of course. Yes, it can, it does. But then if you start to regain anything, there it is. That's your side, and you just move along with it. That's how I use the sector index for it, right? That's one go. And then, of course, anything above 60%, EP the shit out of it. Every single high it creates. Pardon. Same on your portfolio. This is one of my portfolios that I'm showing on the stream. And I have as well spot, and I have some different positions that I'm looking on the capital flow index. But the thing is, this works at the same, exact the same position. Add your Dixie to it and a stable coin, right? So you know already, you know the flip. If stable coins, for example, let's say, and let's go on 4 hour, if this is gonna load. So, okay, if stable coins start to move to the downside, and we significant are starting to move to the downside, what does that mean? The money gets back into the market, right? Where is Dixie in, right? If it's a slow asset on below the neutral line, there it is. Every single asset moves higher up. So the money going into the market, Dixie is getting into the downside, market's going up. Easy as it gets. Okay, what's the lowest that I'm having on my list? Technically, right now is Aster. Okay, let's go and have a look on that token over here. Right, it's a new token. So where are we? We got all of the way from the top to the hold of this area, right? Potentially, that's a nice buy. It's a holding of support right now. The second open candle on 4 hour, when quiet, we start to regain local price action over here, and we're holding it. Regain this high this week, aiming to get where? Here. Retest bearish of this structure. Regaining that, what does it give you? This and the all-time high. That means what you're gonna do. Basically, this shit. Right? All of the liquidity that's here, aiming to grab that. Right? Yes, of course we can go lower. This shit can be pushed easily quite low. All possible. But looking at the structure right now, using the capital flow index as low as we get, right? And we start to technically over here, if you zoom in, you see as well on the lines, use that as well as a structure, right? This menu high, menu low, high, low, higher, high. I know it's weird, but still it gives you perspective that there is volume and there is some volatility coming into that token. Going back into the chart, because it looks like technically yes. Right now, yes, of course, you are bearish retesting this structure, or regaining that. there is still a chance that you're gonna do 40% up movement. And that's not only you're not coming close to the all-time high, but potentially you still can go higher if there is more hype around it or whatever. People start to use case it a bit more, right? And I guess there is as well like token unlock or whatever, or airdrop. I don't care about it. But still, structure-wise, there's not much that you aim for because there is not much structure, but this is still your support. Are you holding the support? You buying the support. Selling and resistance. Done. Right? So that's how I've been always using the capital flow index. And then on top of that, you can go like so many ways on that one as well. Like breaking out of this, that's my TP area as well. Right? If you start to see that your token start to do this, getting below the area, and one another one start to flip above that, see if you can take some profits and maybe short it for the pullback. Right? Because technically, if Dixie's gonna go over here, the whole market gonna go there. Right? That's the flip. That's the whole flip of it. So yeah, you will try to cut some short. Oh, this drawing looks a little bit weird, but you get the point. Okay, and then eventually the bigger stuff. That's why I'm adding stablecoins to it as well. Why? Because if stablecoins try to get into the neutral line, that means the whole market is gonna go this, right? Money comes into the market, or people are starting to withdraw it. All possible, but that's as well a direction that I am aiming. Look at that from right now, the yellow line, faster, right? We went all the way from the 100%, all the way where? To the downside. So potentially we're aiming to go where? There. Is there a movement on the chart? Yes, it is. So yeah, same with my different portfolio as well. Bitcoin and ETH, it's a kind of Bitcoin driven move right now. You're seeing that, right? We start to go higher than we used to be like a couple weeks ago. Now ETH is following, Solana as well, Injective as well. The rest of it, per hardest move, per bin on 89%. That was the move that we used to go have a couple days ago. Right, so that's gonna be left behind a little bit. It's gonna settle some support. Nice. AVAX definitely can have room. Hype as well. Filecoin. Let's have a look what Filecoin did, because I've been looking at different ones. And look at that. From the high that we failed from, that's 4 hour, we create new low. We broke this whole freaking structure, right? What are we doing now? So technically, this was your high that you needed to regain. Do we do it? Yes. Even on here, regain this high. So now what you need to worry about, technically, to hold this, or even better, to hold this. This is your main point, because that's been tested and it can be failed quite easy, but you need to hold that. Then you need to hold that. Look at that. Bang on. What did you do again? Create a new high. What does it give you? Continuation. Where? What's the first level that you're going to reach? 0.7. Why? Bearish retest of the failure of the structure. Done. Right? I hope that this makes a little bit more sense how to implement this little charts. Yes, it looks cluttered, but you can move this out, right? You can even do it like that. Looks quite much better. I used to run this as well for a while. It looks a little bit more cleaner, I guess, and it gives you a little more perspective. So yeah, use this as well, like a smoothing line, right? If you don't like the edges, this looks a little bit too cluttered. So yeah, use that. There's so much potential in this. I cannot imagine. And not only it's used for to get in the trade, but as well, imagine that you have like a spot backs, right? Imagine this is all spot backs, and you need to like this could be used as well as a spreadsheet, technically, or like a journal, right? What are you doing above this area? Taking TP. What are you doing below this area? You're buying. If your assets comes close to this area, right? And if it's spot, why don't you not buy more of it, right? Because you're taking TPs over here. Why not to buy more of it over here? Spot is spot, right? If the chart gives you the opportunity. But that's how I'm playing as well with some of my. This is the TP area for me above it. Yes, it's a continuation. I don't say I need to sell everything. No, take 5%. And then if it's going to do another leg up or a higher high or regain some structure, take another 5%. Right? So yeah, that's how I play this off. That's how I'm using it. It gives you technically information how your bags are behaving, how they're going, how low they are, how high they are. Should you take profit? Should you buy more? Or should you even just fail on it? Just completely cut it off. It gives you quite as well good information on the percentage flow of it, right? Correlation, yes, it can be used, but I'm not really used to it because I'm correlating itself to my own strategy. But then portfolio percentage is just where you should accumulate a little bit more of it. Don't go by that heavily, but just go by a percentage what it gives you, and the graph what it shows you. That's the most important, right? So same thing over here. Like if you're looking for new coins or you want to see something else, switch on the subsection. So this gives you the whole market. Remember what that I've been told about this. Most of those subsections are top 3, maybe top 5, right? From the tokens. Be aware of that. It's not the whole market. But then even then, those are the most tradable tokens of those sections, right? So clear as that. Go buy, look up gaming on what? So okay, gaming. It's minus 46%, right? Why is it? Then I'm going for CoinGecko. You're using CMC, be my guess. It's all the same shit. CMC have a little bit more noise and more different kind of subsections or whatever you need to go through. Anyhow, then front page, categories. That's the subsections, right? Technically. Then what I'm doing is sorting by alphabetical order and then go gaming. Look it up. Scroll down and wait, and then you see something in gaming, right? You know how the alphabet is working, so you should be coming close to it. Did I miss it? Did they call it differently? They could have different names, but it should be gaming. Oh fuck, gaming. I missed it. Sorry, I was scrolling way too fast. So you have two sections: gaming FI, gaming blockchain. No matter what, right? Let's do the first one. Click on it and do exact the same thing. Doing is categorize it by coin, 1 hour if you want, price. But what I'm doing is volume or market cap. That's the best one, right? Categorize it by market cap, so you have the biggest or the volume wise, whatever you want to do it, right? And then use that one. Gala, Loki. Right, let's see what Floki is doing. Fuck it, that's one of the shittiest one, but anyhow, Loki. That's the gaming then. Oh, look. Oh, who? Loki? Oh, I guess I was doing this for a student. Anyhow, but still, right? Floki. Okay. From your previous high, that was your previous high that you fell from the lows, right? You failed that structure. So what you're doing right now, it would regain anything. Yes, definitely yes. Okay, are we holding anything? Fuck yeah. Another regain, another hold. This is quite nice, perfect entry as well. So can we do another 1x on it? Hell yeah. Especially on the daily wise, that looks like. Yeah, we could. Can we go lower? Yeah. I would say we could hold this. Right? That's how you get your trades. Simple as that. hold this over here and see how that's gonna go. But yeah, it's all possible, right? Good, let's even play it out. Quite nice. But that's how you do it, right? If your section is going like around this -6% around this area, have a look or prepare yourself even over here around that minus or in negative area already. Try to get close to the tokens, see what's going on, right? Keep a track of it and set your alerts on it. Then you're gonna be set. And that's all. There's not much to. I've been calling this like every single stream that I've been doing on the eco tokens. That's why I have that subsection, right? I can see clearly what the section is doing. Like eco tokens, I have over here even if so, atom, meme, and I need to upgrade this bit more. I can see which one is quite gaining so far, right? And which one is doing. So I can jump in on it with more even. Then I have my own portfolio, so I can switch through. You can upgrade it like however you want, right? Not only that, but this works both ways with these same thing. If it's gonna load up, yeah. See, commodities, same thing. What's where you should take profit on? Definitely gold and silver, right? And can it go higher? Definitely. How we start to break on flow index? Yes, we start to break. So it should take be the level that you should profit, where you should focus somewhere on this one maybe. If that starts to flip, then there you have it. Or minus 68% is the possibility to grab anything. Oil as well, right? So same thing. Equities. Hell yeah. Jesus, it's a shame it slows a little bit. I mean, exactly, really, right? If you like, so the thing is, I wish, seriously, I wish, hold on, I wish I had this indicator back in the days when I was running around together with Eagle, and we've been collecting, we've been charting, we've been gathering all of the spot backs when we used to have it. Like we run like over 100 spot backs years ago, right? Together, we've been doing that constantly. I wish I had that tool. This would be so much easier to spot, to re-ent and rebuy or take profit or whatever, right? Or just to fish through the gainers and the losers. Well, right? Like those kind of that would be such a awesome stuff. But yeah, we spent shitloads of time doing that, and it was a little bit waste of the time eventually because we've been deep diving like a lot into it, especially when manually we've been reading through all of the white papers as well. So imagine that going through all that stuff. Like we didn't have ChatGPT back in the days, and I sounds like a fucking boomer talking about that, but it's been a couple of years ago. But you get the point. If you don't have time for research or you are like quite busy with life, work, family, then this is your go. Put you like go by, just switch this on. You can have multiples switched on, right? Like I have two. You can have more even. Use it into your advantage. Switch on. Add like 32 tokens that you are interested into it from different kind of perspective and through the market and see which one is gaining, which one can you buy because it's on the lowest, which one you should take profit, and vice versa. All right. If you don't have time, this is the way how it will show you what to do and where to take and pull the trigger on something. Right. So makes you life try to make your life easier. That's what I've been saying. Like as simple as it gets, I love simplicity. I That's why I've been trading how I've been trading, and it makes me quite a lot of money. I can say, and so far, this is the simplest way, right? You don't need to spend hours in front of the fucking charts going through CoinGecko, CMC, Twitter, whatever. Have it as it is. This is your portfolio and see which one is gaining, which one is losing. What do you need to do? Add on the gainer is the possibility that you're going to go higher up, maybe, then add to it or something like that. take your profits on the toppers and see if they're gonna have a retrace and which one's gonna flip. Because there is as well history to it, right? You can go back and see on which date what did they do. Right? I like to add the Dixie to it just to have the confluence of the market. I like to do the STT. I used to have USDTC as well on it. Like a lot of things you can add to it, right? And see the correlation of how it moves. So yeah, there's so big potential on it. It's crazy. And like Viking been saying, like yeah, it's there, right? It's there to make your life easier. And even then, if you like to trade breakouts, there it is as well. Breakout of 60%. Go on the chart. What are we doing? Breaking out. Yeah. If you like the risk, take the swing. Right? So far, high, higher, higher low. Right? We've been, yeah, we got to it. Quite nice. I seriously would like to see, not gonna close the 4 hour here if we're not gonna go higher. Any pullback? Definitely, right? Like I was saying, going back into the structure will be nice. Get all of that fair value gap, even retest of what? Q4, coming lower. Fine with me. You still can break this and go higher up. I don't care. Still, we're not gonna break this. Why? Because that's your price structure. We took all the liquidity. Yes, we did to the fucking. Look at that. Cannot get even better than that. Awesome. Structure. It's okay. I guess 1 hour will maybe close above the. Let's see. Still, right? This is good. It's small, but it's good. And if, like I've been saying, we don't need to get there. We still can a little bit more do this, right? Fucking around and then do the breakout. One more or whatever. All possible. So far, this area is the area to take. Right? So, yes, that's the area to take. Is this all clear, guys? Or I'm just yapping around? Is there anything else that you want to look at? Tokens. What else do you set in my range areas are the structural ones. I do not set a range. The structure is settled the range for me, right? Percentage. I mean, like I'm saying, it's not that I'm setting the percentage-wise range. The structure, it's doing it for myself. This is a range, right? Not that I'm setting it, but this is my range. Breaking out of that, then we're going higher, right? This is as well a range. Every single small sideways moves is a range. Oh, you mean capital flow index? This 60% or minus 60. Yes, this is always set as standard. Cannot change that, I guess. You can even show the asset number, but that's percentage. Okay. Only the assets. Oh yeah, over here. But I guess this will be switched on and set default. So upper line, midline is this, and down upper lines. It's upper line, midline, and downline, right? The low line. So minus 60 and 60. And 0 is the neutral line, right? 100%. So technically it's 60%, but it goes to 100, and minus 60 and 0 is the neutral. That's the range, right? This is what matters. Those 3 lines. So yeah. But this is default. This should be a default settings, and I guess it is. because I don't remember, I don't recall that I changed it up. You can change the colors of it if you want or whatever, right? You can change even the lines, asset lines, right? So that's dotted, dashed, or whatever, or even graphs, rows, areas, steps, wise, lines, columns, whatever you want. You can make your own columns even with the asset, right? If you like that as well. You see much more precise things, right? This is all possible. Or histograms if you need that, right? You can play around with so much with it. Crazy what you can do with it. Dotted line. You want to separate something. Go crazy with it. This is your canvas. Like I've been saying always. Trading view and all the indicators, it's your own canvas. You don't need to copy everything. You just can make it however you feel like and how you like to use it and how it wants you to give you the most accurate information, right? So use it, please, by all means. Go crazy with it. Like add your spot bags. Like what I would start with, add your own spot bags over here, right? And use that for your spot bags and see if you are potentially already trying to get TPs or you might reload it or re-enter or whatever, right? And see how that's gonna help you out to build up spot bags positions or holdings and how much you're gonna gain from it as knowledge, but as well profitable, right? Make sense? That's how I would do. If you want to start with it, use those things, right? Use the sector one, see if you can pick up something from it. And then the second one, add your whole portfolio as spot bags and go crazy with it. And see how your spot bags behave eventually. And use the time frames, guys. Don't forget that. It works on the time frames. It gives you perspective on the times as well, right? So look at that. Daily wise, are we there? You can go a little bit more higher, definitely. Dixie's failing, so the market could have a nice move. And look at that, the whole sector is down below the neutral line. What does that mean? Yes, we could continue, but most likely, where do we gonna aim? And that's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you prefer. Spotbacks on a weekly, go ahead, right? Buy every single thing when it's gonna be as low as minus 16 on the weekly. And look at that. What did we get here? Eve. March, April. Uh, don't fucking tell me it called the low on Eve. Look at that. March, April. April was the lowest leg. From this line, it hits once, right? That line, minus 60%. Why I'm here on. Look at that. This area. If that's been the spot, you buy this, this, and this, and this, you get from it almost 2.5x. You're welcome. Just by watching this, right? And on weekly, and I bet you July, yeah, July. Yeah, July. Nice take profit area range. We went higher up even. Perfect. More TPs. But still, like you get the point. Like use it into your advantage together with the time frames, together with the percentage, what it gains, what it fails. And it works. Cannot say more about it. It works. Right? Weekly, especially. You are using it on your spot bags. Weekly as you go. Every single low, minus 60%. For me, I don't know. I set my mind that's a fucking buy, and I will buy continuously till that's start to reverse. Because looking back, that's why I want to show you. Like, go at your spot bags, right? At your spot bags, go back and see how they behave, right? Reach 60% over here, go back on the chart and see what that time did on the chart, right? Same here. Like as far as you can go, mark all those spots and see how much time it hits the low or went a little bit more divergent on it, and then how many percentage it gained. Go and do that on your backs and see which one is profitable and where could you buy much more from it on the weekly chart, bros. Like that takes quite a lot of time, right? Getting there, and when you're gonna miss that, then eventually start to do 2x. But it's spot as easy as it gets, right? Use it. That's what I want to tell you. Use it in your own advantage, because that's why it's there. It's easy as it gets. There's not much to it. To set it up, I mean, look at this. I'm gonna use indicators, invite only, capital flow index, right? There it is. Just click on it, and it's always gonna show you first this one, the main one, stablecoin, large caps, altcoins, shitcoins, right? This is the main one. Go to the settings first, display manually. If you choose that one, everything's gonna disappear. Choose the asset that you like. Oh, and start to add them. Just click on this box, type in the asset what you want here, like you searching for the tokens, and start to add them. Then of course change the colors of each asset because it's going to be much more clear. And there it is. Then that's all what you're doing. You can smooth the lines on it however you want it, and that's all. And look at that. It gives you the lines. It's a default setting. You don't need to do anything about it. Right? There is no scientist to it. It's this. 4 clicks. And then choose the asset that you want. Untick the asset if you don't want that shows up. Then it's not gonna. Right? Wait, it's gonna load for a little bit, but this is all. Why it doesn't. Fuck is this? Right? So it's simple as it gets. This is it. It takes a while that's gonna load up. Right? There is no science on big things. Everything can do it. It is simple. It doesn't look simple. It is simple. It's 4 clicks. Add the indicator, go to the settings, switch to manual or subsector, whatever you want to watch. But manual, if you switch to manual, it's this, below this. Use your tokens, what you are using for support. Change the colors. That's all. Okay. Is there anything else, guys, what you want me to look at? So far, got the higher high on the wick, not on the close. Fortunate, but still fine. Only thing what I wanted for is going back into the Q4 area, bounce from it, if not weekly. Those are the two things I'm aiming for. Then hopefully we're gonna cool off the indicator or oscillator, then we're gonna spike up a little more higher. If not, we might do it in one go as well. Who knows? Let's see. So far, we have the higher high on the wick. Let's. Oh, even better. CME gap, it's still above. So we are trading in premium, and that might close even above. Perfect. The gap, don't care about that yet. We might come back when I aim for the bear market, but so far, this is freaking awesome. Oh, I remember what I want to look at it. Netflix. You know, might ask me about Netflix. So guys, just first thing first, without indicators, if someone is interested. Netflix is, I mean, quite freaking good token, right? It's fucking 1.3k, so that's good. It's technically playing out. We still can have this big ass dump what we used to have it back in the days. Get maybe not that low, but let's see. And that still can hold or break anything. And then no matter what, we could turn around. But no matter what, we're not doing it yet. So far, this is the local structure that I set up for a student of mine. What did we do? We broke higher time frame of this low. This is your all-time high. This is your new low. What are we holding on? Is this support, right? What are we doing right now? Technically, we start to regain the previous support. That means we set out a high, we set out a low, now we set out a higher high. We broke it, but we're still holding on the support. So technically, we still can do something like this, or continue into the bigger support, do something like that. So far, this will set in this range till we're not gonna break out from it. That's what I'm aiming for. If we're gonna see any sign go higher up, that means we start to regain the weeklies over here, this structure, because that's we've been failing quite significant. And to be honest with you, even this is a nice buy for coming close into the support, right? Failing it, it still could do a bearish retest and then do a bigger move to the prior level low what we came back from, right? So far, Netflix could be a nice buy. I want to see. Yeah, there's not really sign for reversal yet, so it still could deep dive a little bit more. Let's see if the support on May holds, and then what I want to see is this hold, flip, and aim for Q3, right? So just because there is quite a lot of going on with Netflix, and so that people start to canceling everything, whatever, because Elon Musk told them. Funny thing, but just because there is a lot of news about it, didn't ask me about to trade TA it for him, and that's what I did. So this is it. You don't want to lose the low. If so, then we're gonna go to the prior low. That's the support over here. Hold. That's the May. Holding May, then start to regain. So far, right now we're holding on the August level. Let's see how it's gonna be the open on it. Oh, let's see how the open's gonna be on it. We still have 3 hours, so right, keep that in mind. There's still potential to go higher on it, but if you start to break, and of course, I mean, that's the most high freaking time frame, right? Don't say we need to do it, but so far we've been doing it. Don't need to. We still have a lot of things to hold on below us, right? For people who are interested in it. You know, there are not much trading it, but maybe I'm gonna do it as well sooner or later. Switch over a little bit into the boring stuff. So yeah, everything clear, guys. What are we aiming for? What to hold? What to regain? What to fail on the coins, or what to expect from them? But so far, nice move. Bit aggressive. Well, it's good. I like it. See how deep we're gonna deep dive on it. Same on hype. Didn't regain it, and that's hype is quite quiet lately. I was hoping for a little bit more aggressive moves, but I still can't do it. Nice. AVEX, really nice close. I like that one, 4 hours. So coming back. Still October Q4, right? If not, we still can go for 29. Hold on that. We see some cash flow reversal on it coming in, but the outflow is still a bit negative. Let's see if we can start to flip that. 1 hour is still positive, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's still positive. Yeah. So that's good. Awesome stuff. Yeah, could do same thing over and over and over again. Hope be nice. Objective, really nice free game. Love it. Now I want to see the flip of 12, 15. Then continuation it is for it. Hope it's all nice and juicy for you guys. So yeah, that's the recording. Thank you very much. I will see you Sunday. So it's a new month. Let's see how the October is going to be. So far, the open of the October is quite nice, really juicy, and a little bit different than the previous month, because the previous one, if you recall, we had a dump from it and then we regain it. Right, we did the all-time high and fail from it. So this is quite nice and refreshing to see. So yeah, let's see how we're gonna hold, and the aim is 121 for me next TP. All right, thank you very much, appreciate it, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye.